Hey, I'm Rebecca. I'm our senior designer here at Revive.
Hey, I'm Zach, and I'm a homeowners representative at Revive.
When we get a project, it hits the design table first. We are designing the project based on the scope that was given to us from the property advisor. The design team looks at all the details of the projects. If we have questions, we'll go to the homeowner representative. If we have questions regarding construction, we'll talk to our contractors. And then after that, we are going in and actually specifying all the finishes that go into the home. Once that's all completed, we're creating a design package, and then that design package gets sent to our homeowners and our contractors. And after that, we have a meeting with our homeowners team and going through all the fine details, any little things that we notice that weren't included in the scope. You know, they're going to the homeowner, they're talking to them about those. Any construction issues, we're bringing those up at the start of a project so that there's no unforeseens. And then once it gets to Zach's table.
Yeah, so essentially once it gets to the homeowners representative side, I review it internally with our team, property advisor, interior designer, to get a full understanding of the scope of the project, what the design looks like, and how it's going to be implemented on a timeline and budget basis. And once we all review internally, then we have our kickoff meeting with the homeowner, realtor, designer, and contractor as well. And that's really where we set the expectations for the project, make sure that everyone's on the same page and we all understand what things are going to look like in the weeks to come. And pretty much after that, it's just getting into the renovation process. I would say on a day-to-day basis, it's really just providing the updates to the homeowner. So our weekly updates are our main communication basis with homeowner and realtor. And that's where we send the photos and the progress updates from the field out to the team. And Rebecca and the interior design team will review the photos to make sure the contractor is following up on the design specs and make sure that everything's being implemented properly on the design side. And then from my side, I'm just following up with the contractor to make sure that they're hitting their schedule marks and making sure that they're following through on their end.
And if the design team sees any deviations from our design plan, we will either contact the contractor directly or I'll talk to our homeowners representative and we'll work through those details and pivot without trying to, go backwards.
I would say the weekly updates are the main basis of communication for following up on the details, but also we set up the walkthroughs with the homeowner, realtor, and contractor in the beginning, middle, and end of the project to kind of help make sure that everyone, again, is seeing things on the same level and making sure that the scope's being followed and the design is being followed. So that's one of the main ways that we really check things out throughout the process. So the Revive mobile app is a great way to communicate with homeowners and realtors, and it actually allows the contractor to be a part of the process as well. And we're all communicating on one level, making sure that the updates are coming out and people are viewing them all through that one portal and adding project notes, progress photos. It's just a one-size-fits-all place for all the communications throughout the renovation process, and it delivers a lot more of a finished product at the end.
Even if you plan for months and months and months and months of this is how it's going to go, it never goes according to plan. So I really think being flexible, and especially what we're trying to do here at Revive, we're trying to sell the home for the maximum amount of money. We're not designing specific details for a homeowner. It's a different kind of approach to design. So as far as the design side goes, we have to be really flexible. Sometimes Zach will approach me and be like, hey, they couldn't get this slab that you wanted. It's then having to pivot and be really flexible in design, but still kind of keeping your whole design style that you were originally intending, but just, being very flexible with design.
I would also say communication and expectations. Those are two things that we stress in our team. Making sure that everyone's on the same page and everyone's communicating on a regular basis so that there's no questions. I think people get concerned when they feel like they're in the dark, and that's definitely not what we like to do at Revive. We want to make sure that everyone feels like they're heard, their concerns are being met. And then if there is something that comes up, we communicate it as quickly as possible and we come with a plan. That's kind of the biggest thing that I stress to the owners, because there will be unforeseens. Construction is a very imperfect process, and I think with Revive you get an accountable party that really helps you get through the issues that will come up regardless of whether or not Revive was on the job.
So the design team is a separate department, but we're really in the thick of it. I have the sales team around me 24/7 pretty much. They tap my shoulder. Can I get you to look at this? Can I get your opinion on this? So early on in the planning stages, they are actually consulting design and taking our feedback and then going back to the homeowner and the realtor and presenting our ideas. So even if you don't get a project through to the end, design still has eyes on it really early on. And we are also doing a lot of the scoping for the sales team as well. So I will get projects and design team will actually scope projects. And I think that's really exciting too, because then it puts it on my radar early on. You know, I'm collaborating more with the contractor, being involved early on with the project, so that way the design can get implemented, you know, the way we want to see it.
It's a very collaborative environment at Revive. We all work together. Again, being able to tap Becca on the shoulder and ask her questions, because again, construction being an imperfect process, sometimes we need to substitute things really quickly. Things go out of stock or they're not available. It's really good to have the team there to bounce things off of and be able to come up with new plans on the fly if needed.